Buka Cerita.
Assalamualaikum. Jangan terkejut ada muka baharu untuk Rakan Muda Presents Buka Cerita bersama dengan Akilah. Hari ni special episod kedua, kita pun bawakan dua guest. Nak tahu siapa? Semuanya kejap lagi. Make sure korang terus kekal di kita 107.9. Kita kembali lagi dalam Buka Cerita episod kedua bersama dengan saya, Akilah Azali, dan dua guest yang korang standby je lah. Nak tanya soalan, boleh make sure korang kadang siap-siap. Tapi make sure jawapan tu korang boleh terima lah. Telinga akan berdesing sikit sebab hari ni kita bawa Kak Aunty HR and also Haida ataupun lebih dikenali sebagai Datin Haida, Direktor of Personal Malaysia. Welcome!
Hi, hello. Thank you.
Sama lah macam dalam TikTok kan?
Yeah.
Live.
Cuma mungkin dia boleh lagi nyaring lagi.
Yes, dia boleh pergi jauh tu.
Jauh lagi.
Nampak tak gelak dia pun sama juga. Tak apa, ni time dia okay. Bila tanya soalan, dia jawab, you stand by, okay?
Depending apa soalan you lah.
Itulah, I pun takut ni. I tanya my first question. Tapi I simpan dulu my first question. Let's have a little introduction of each one of you lah. Okay, we start with Aunty HR.
Hi, I'm Aunty HR, social media influencer. I specialize in HR. That's why Aunty HR.
Yang ni yang penting saja nak tunjuk.
Yes.
Okay, set hari ni dilarang ya.
I tak berani pakai tau sebab I tak tahu dia halal ke tak.
You pakai tak apa. Tak boleh. Sebab tak I tunjuk je. Tapi ni set kita, vibe kita hari ni ya. Tak boleh sebut. Okay. Haida.
Okay. Assalamualaikum. Thank you Akilah for having me today. Saya Haida Tahir. Saya sekarang bekerja sebagai Director of Contingent Workforce di Persol Workforce Solution Malaysia.
Panjang tau. Aku baca
panjang.
pendek je sebab takut terlupa. Okay, soalan
Pendek
pertama.
agensi pekerjaan.
Agensi pekerjaan.
So it's like a headhunters lah.
Yes.
Okay. So soalan pertama.
Jeng.
Okay lah, for now current situation current
okay.
situation. Kalau diberi pilihan, full work from home, hybrid ataupun full work from office, and why?
My own choice.
Yes.
My own choice ah.
As a HR lah.
HR tak kisah punya lah. Korang nak work from home ke, work from office ke. Honestly, we tak kisah.
But current situation, so pilihan sekarang.
Okay, pilihan sekarang very interesting ah. Just semalam je, I ran a poll on my Aunty HR focus group. I put lah, what do you guys prefer?
Okay.
5 days work from office or 4 plus 1, 1 plus 4, 3 plus 2, 2 plus 3 macam tu kan. I predicted people will choose hybrid.
Okay.
Which will be 3 days from home, 2 days from office.
Okay.
I predicted that.
Okay.
It turned out as of now, the majority vote is 3 days office, 2 days home.
Oh, terbalik.
I terkejut tau. I thought people prefer to stay at home more.
Yeah.
But actually people wanted to go to office more.
So in your group, focus group, do you have like age range or something?
Very good. Mostly Gen Y.
Gen Y, right?
Majority Gen
Nak
Y.
pergi office?
Ya, dalam I punya Instagram focus group is majority Gen Y. Nak pergi office.
Okay.
Nak pergi office. But you ask me personal, I pun hybrid. But like dulu when I I kerja kat corporate kan, I punya hybrid is 1 day home, 4 days office.
Okay. So
That was my preference.
Okay.
Sebab Monday I ada hangover. It's a true story.
Betul.
Oh, instead of Friday, you choose Monday lah.
Yeah,
Very smart.
but this is my preference sebab I tua kan.
Okay.
But she terbalik.
Okay, what? Haida, your thoughts on this?
So like me, the current one, the arrangement actually it's since COVID time. So we actually work 2 days in office and 3 days from home.
Okay, so the first 3 days at home?
No,
or the
it's
last 3 days of the
Tuesday
week?
and Thursday will be in the office.
Oh, okay.
Monday sama jugalah, bukan hangover.
But
Tapi
Tuesday
Monday
hangover,
traffic.
you lambat tu.
So Tuesday and Thursday, yeah.
Different company, they have different arrangement. But of course, this is only for those who has the privilege to work from home.
Correct.
But current situation memang apa privilege already kena what?
No, kalau you F&B, macam mana you nak
Essential lah.
Essential lah.
macam mana you nak serve nasi ayam from home? Cannot, right?
Ya, betul.
You have to
Maybe they
go
come
like
up with something.
hospital, you have to go to work, you have to go to office. There's no choice.
Kalau you kerja kilang, macam mana you nak operate dari rumah?
you tak boleh
I
operate
think a
dari
certain
rumah.
industry tak lah, but mostly yang mana
Like yang
dah
boleh,
already,
yang
yes.
boleh can. But
Yes.
and like what Haida said, this is not something new. This one happened during COVID time.
But maybe because people went through COVID, jadi
Yes.
diorang dah tak nak dah duduk rumah because takut tepu, so they prefer to go to the office.
Correct.
Actually, when government announced this work from home 15 April onwards, right? When they announced it, I terima banyak DM juga tau.
Really?
They will ask me, Aunty, we in private sector macam mana? I say this is government, huh? Actually, a lot of people don't realize that private sector, this law has already been established since 2023.
Okay.
I liur tebang.
It's okay.
Terbang,
Tak Abai tak nampak je. I je nampak.
I pun nampak. Terbang.
Okay.
But it has been established since 1st January 2023. This is
Okay.
under section 60P plus 60Q.
Okay.
It is not something new.
Okay.
But it's just that sekarang because of that crisis of the oil
Global lah.
prices,
Global
then
crisis lah.
government is trying to do something about it. Then they do this announcement on the media. Then satu dunia huru hara pula sekarang.
Yeah, but still, the reason why this law came out again is adalah untuk membantu kita mengurangkan, because minyak
Fuel consumptions and all
Yeah.
that
So why
lah.
people still prefer to come to work when it's actually to help us all in the future?
Very good question. A lot of people actually don't have an environment at home that is ready to work from home.
Then you have to start because this is not the
What
first
if you
wave.
have young kids?
True, but
Like I have a colleague, in her home, she have like 3 to 5 children because they do some sort of mini daycare kind of thing. It's never a good environment to work, okay? Can you
True, it's
imagine you kerja kat situ, budak-budak nangis lah, nak susu lah.
yeah,
meja
betul,
from
betul.
work from meja makan sama.
Betul lah. Tapi
So she is fully from office. She doesn't want to work from home. I also have another staff last time, Aisha. She has a young baby at home. She said, my office is my me time.
betul. Actually, that is true.
That's
I can totally agree.
personal preferences.
Correct, that is right. And of course, you will have people who stay very far from the office. So they prefer not to commute.
Yeah. Yeah, because they will have to come like early in the morning,
Okay.
and then the travelling time and all that, right?
Okay, so quick one before we go for a quick break. Since dah kena apply macam ni, so now it's about flexibility or productivity? Kalau yang hybrid yang macam work from home.
Why cannot be flexible and productive? Why do we have to choose?
Yeah, it's true.
It's just orang tanya I, Auntie, do you want a good boss or good salary? Why you have to choose? Why can't we have a good boss plus good company?
Or
plus
maybe
good
that company
salary?
antara salah satu lah kot. But as HR, the moment we implement this since COVID, right?
Yes.
So when people start working from home, so it's more of a flexibility or productivity?
Like for us, like in our organisation, dia punya organisation lah, my ex company kan.
You tak move on
I senang mah, then orang confused.
Okay.
Like we have very clear smart goals.
Okay.
For us, yang paling I tak kisahlah you kerja sampai 2 pagi ke 3 pagi. Kalau outcome tidak ada, you are still not productive.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
We don't equalize your working hours to your productivity. We don't.
Aunty HR, I think you salah negara, Ra. You cannot stay in Malaysia lah like that because it's about European kan work like that kan. It's not about the amount of hours.
Really? No lah. I've been working here for 20 years.
Maybe your company
would
lah.
have adapted to that kind of working punya, output more.
But
right?
that one I will agree. Not to say I nak carut SME. But for the past 3 years after I left my fancy MNC, I work with a lot of SME. SME memang dia
Care about working hours?
cincai sikit.
Oh.
Not to say cincai, not as structured as MNC. Dia tak structured sangat. So even when simple things lah like kenapa I tak kena confirm, kenapa increment I sikit.
Kenapa tak dapat offer letter?
All depend on boss punya feel. Kan?
Halah. Okay. That means soalan lepas ni lebih hangat. So you guys sabar kejap. We'll be right back. Stay di Rakita 107.9. Alright guys, masih lagi dalam Rakam Muda Presents Buka Cerita episod kedua bersama dengan Aunty HR and also Haida ataupun among them they call her Datin Haida. Speaking about flexibility dan productivity, ramai yang risau bila kita dah buat hybrid ataupun work from home ni, productivity tu makin berkurang. But I want to ask you guys lah, based on your experience, pernah tak macam dia dekat office nampak macam tak produktif, tapi bila dah work from home dia produktif pula?
Ada juga. But I feel that when you work from home, dia tidak ada boundary tau. Sometimes I feel. You tak tahu bila start, bila stop. That's why you come across appear like macam more productive kan? Sebab you tak ada dia punya border lain.
Oh, you don't need to siap-siap keluar pergi kerja. So you bangun.
No, only that. Even
Clock in, clock out. Macam you kalau kat office, you balik, maknanya you dah balik, right?
Okay.
Tapi bila you kat rumah, after 6 for example, if you have to continue working, you will continue working.
you will.
You
Sebab
will.
dia sangat like
Ya, kerana idea mencurah-curah, tiba-tiba semua datang,
Tapi
so
kalau
you
macam
kerja.
tu baguslah. Idea macam
Yes.
extra produktif lah tu.
not only that, during lunchtime you makan depan laptop.
Yeah.
Oh, unless you set like a differently lah in your house.
Very jarang punya lah. When it depends on individuals, I will believe that.
Not people have the luxury to have one room for work.
No, that is true. Okay, the reason why I'm saying that is because during COVID, I was stuck in a house full of people. So ada toddler, ada 2 orang tua. So you know it's very different, very hard to navigate. You know, and then bising as a radio announcer, kita kena ada tempat yang senyap. Tak adalah kita kaya nak ada studio yang kedap bunyi. You know, set up. And COVID was very surprising for all of us, right? So what I used to do is, I used to record at 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Itu bukan rumah I je senyap. I rasa satu dunia senyap. Krik. That's the only time I can have like silence. And then, tapi still productively wake up for meetings early in the morning and all that. So kalau orang boleh manage or you can fine tune your ways around. So do you think ada tak pernah orang yang lebih produktif bila dekat rumah daripada dia dekat office?
I rasa if you are a productive person, tak kisah what is the time, day or location, you will be productive. Kalau you malas kan, I kunci you kat office kan, you pun pemalas satu.
Tapi kalau you dah kunci dia dekat office, macam mana dia nak malas? Got no choice.
Look like busy.
Okay, so cabaran as an employer with employees mostly is on what? Performance? Attendance? Communication? Budaya kerja?
Itu semua ada masalah sendiri dia. But if bosses are having trouble to trust people to work from home, I think very important, you guys need to establish SMART goals.
Okay, what is SMART goals?
What is SMART goals, Haida? That is KPI. It's actually KPI.
I bertanya dari sisi yang orang ingin tahu. I kena pretend like I don't know anything. I ask you everything.
I know, but I'm not surprised. Sebab banyak orang DM I kan, dia pun tak tahu apa SMART goal. So SMART goal is a goal that is specific, measurable, attainable. R is what? Relatable. And then T is time bound.
Okay.
So you must have you punya KPI yang fulfill all these 5 conditions. And most of the time, I find people have trouble with the letter M, measurable. How do you measure your productivity?
How?
You have to determine it lah. And then when you determine how to measure that time, also very important, you need to agree together, the employee and the employer, what is the source of measurement. I give you something very contoh, something very simple lah, sales.
Okay.
Sales target.
Okay.
We say that this quarter you have to hit 100,000 in sales.
Okay.
But how do we measure that? It is based on system invoice value.
Okay.
Because
Bawa faham ya di sini muka.
macam tu. So like for you, right, as an announcer, what would be your KPI?
I think listenership, viewership.
Listenership, like does it go up by how many % in what time? Okay, so that will be able to measure your performance. I think SMART goals is very important. So like what I mentioned earlier, like for me, I tak kisahlah you kerja sampai 2 pagi ke 3 pagi ke.
Asalkan kerja siap lah.
Janji kerja siap. And when we say kerja siap, is the siap than you and me at the same understanding.
Yes.
Okay.
Because company will have KPI, right?
Yes.
So that's why we measure your performance based on your activities from the KPI.
Okay, I have a question. Apa beza KPI dengan OKR?
Apa tu OKR? Objective. There are many ways to call it. Some call it KPI, SLA, SMART goals.
Oh, but at the end of the day, to senang faham is KPI.
But I think because KPI is key performance indicators.
Yes.
Like what are the
indicators.
indicators of you performing and what are the key ones? Because day to day we have so many things. Like some company we don't care about attendance, but doesn't mean you get to come to work late every day.
Yalah.
But it's not a key performance indicator.
Okay.
Like, but if you are a bus driver, your KPI is actually show up on time.
Because you kena pergi all the stations, right?
Yes.
Take your passenger.
But like for a recruiter like us, we tak kisah. When you are late for work 5-10 minutes, we are okay with it. It's not like your sales is higher if you are early to work.
Okay, kalau dia selalu datang lambat, tapi dia memang kerja TikTok. Maybe in 2-3 hours, dia boleh siapkan kerja macam orang yang kerja 8 hours. Tapi dia memang masalah datang lambat. No such thing as clocking in at like maybe 9 or 10. Maybe dia punya timing memang morning dia adalah 11. Tapi dia datang, dia masuk, memang dia dah siap kerja. How's that?
I think it's all up to the boss punya preference. Like for me, I tak kisah. I have so many staff balik awal, masuk lambat. I'm one of them also.
Because we look into outcome.
Okay.
Yeah.
So should we start looking at that as a whole? I mean,
Should. I think it should have been like this long time ago.
But I think it depends on company to company in terms of what they do.
Okay.
You know, it's just like recruitment agencies, we look into outcome.
Okay.
How many people you interview, how many placement you made and all that. So, dia tak ada time bound.
okay.
So, you know, it doesn't mean that you interview candidate at 9, you can do placement at 5.
All right.
Actually, we have a time bound. Monthly, quarterly.
Yeah. As in,
Janji you punya quarterly numbers meet.
or exceed lah.
okay
We look
lah.
into that as a whole.
We
So
don't
it's only outcome.
micromanage up to day. We don't.
But do companies need to start micromanaging kalau dah start hybrid ni macam work from home, especially when employees are at home? You rasa kena start micromanage tak? If you see them slacking or getting a little comfortable because you're in a very comfortable space kan at home kan?
But it doesn't matter actually. Kat mana you kerja pun, kalau you ada KPI, you discipline, you commit to your work and also the trust from your boss, it
Yeah.
does not matter sebenarnya.
But sometimes I feel that, not to say micromanage, you have to put some control measures into place.
Correct.
Because people will abuse it lah. Like contoh when COVID first came, we never work from home full
Yeah.
time. Everybody
Yeah.
was just forced to do it, right?
Yeah.
So we established a very simple attendance taking system. Because in the office, we don't even clock in, clock out.
Oh.
But when
Tak ada biometrics, nothing.
but when during work from home that time, we have a clock in, clock out system pula.
Betul, dekat dalam WhatsApp.
Because
Yours is WhatsApp, mine
Yeah.
was
not like
Microsoft
proper
Teams.
system lah.
Yeah, just to make sure people,
Yalah.
because it's something new.
We attendance what?
We don't see you. We also don't know you kerja ke tak kerja.
Whether you healthy or not, your condition. So they put lah, today I'm healthy, work from home. So we know.
So kalau I'm not healthy, work from home but still working?
So dia cakap dia unhealthy today lah, macam tu. So we know if let's say in certain condition that we cannot reach ke, orang tu tak sihat lah, macam tu.
So we do that lah. So when we went back to the office during the endemic time, we maintain that traditions. If you work from home, all you have to do is just go to the group to just say good morning.
Notify lah.
No need to say anything. You say good morning, je we sudah tahu you log in.
Okay, so notify lah.
Yes.
Notify so people are aware.
That
Number one,
you-
also whether you are alive or not lah. That's the main thing, right?
Correct, because out of sight, out of mind.
But we also do like morning meetings, like at 9. So in Teams, So we just check lah. So at least we can hear the voices, we can see, and all that lah. So we start having that 9 o'clock meeting.
Yeah, I wouldn't say micromanage, but putting some controls. measures. So everything is in a control environment.
Aunty, what about the job yang macam, you know, you have to always leave your laptop on, only then they will know you're online. So assuming that when you're online all the time means you're available.
Even online you can put DND tau, do not disturb.
No, tapi this one memang requirement from the boss or the
Yes,
company
it's
or
a
the team
requirement.
leader yang macam every time you must be online.
You speaking about that, you bring me back like a
No,
number.
I have a friend like that. She told me, I said, why we cannot go lunch? Then she said, no, I must all the time online, move the cursor.
No need to move the cursor.
She told me like, I don't know, I don't work like that.
because
I must move the cursor to show that I'm online lah.
Boss dia tak trust dia lah.
I don't think it's about that. I think it's also because she's trying to be visible, to make sure people don't forget about her. Because in her company, my previous company policy, because that policy I write kan,
Right.
we also have a policy that says that if you are being messaged or there is a call coming in, you have to pick up within 20 minutes.
Okay.
Or you need
lah,
to
20
or
minutes.
you need to reply within 20 minutes. For me, it's very simple. How big is your house?
Yeah.
Even though you got jampan kan, you can keluar within 20 minutes.
Betul.
So if you guys do not respond within 20 minutes, unless you guys already upfront say that I'm out for lunch, then we know you have 1 hour break.
Okay.
Okay, the company has the right to take disciplinary action against you because you are considered absent from work. Because absenteeism is not necessary you MIA 1 hari tau. Like you taking long lunch, long break.
Missing in action lah.
It's just a form of misconduct.
Okay.
Like you pergi wait, tak tahu berapa lama.
Smoking break.
Okay, tapi kalau within the thing, okay lah. Jangan exceed your...
You don't exit. Like you cakap, I go downstairs to vape sekejap. Your sekejap is how long?
Oh.
Some people wait sampai 1 jam pun tak naik-naik.
Okay lah, 1 jam. Kalau dia terus tak naik-naik langsung sampai habis waktu bekerja. Okay, tu kita cerita pasal break. Lepas, now talking about break, let's take a break. Let's take a break untuk kita fikir apa lagi nak tanya lepas ni. Takut tau kita akan tanya risau ni. Risau dekat diri sendiri. My boss will be watching this, okay? Aunty HR, don't give ideas. Okay, so take a quick break. We'll be right back. Terus kekal dengar kita 107.9. Alright guys, kita kembali lagi dalam Buka Cerita episod kedua. Rakan Muda presents with Aunty HR dan juga Haida ataupun Datin Haida lah dalam konteks ini fun ni. So one last question before we get into tweet. I will read you guys tweet or any statement from threads, then you guys give me your reaction. Tapi before that, I want to ask perubahan expectation generasi baharu. Like from millennials or Gen Y? Now to Gen
X.
Z.
X.
Ya ke?
Yeah.
Tapi kita semua kira millennials lah kan?
Tak, I XX.
XX. Memang
you
X.
I 48 dah.
Yeah. I
Tak perlu
47 dah.
Okay lah, so kita...
Wrong radio lah.
Okay, jap. So kita X,
Wrong audience.
Y.
Z.
Okay, this the transition. Perubahan kepada gen yang terkini lah. The expectation from your... Because you get a lot of DMs.
But I love working with the Gen Z. You have no ideas how much I learn from them, you know. Especially the wives.
The wise, yeah.
The wives are very kaya now.
Yeah.
Kaya?
Yeah.
Kaya lah. All the founders that
You're talking to the wrong Y lah. I must have been a different alphabet somewhere.
Like nowadays, I hang out with all these founders, co-founders.
Right.
Oh, Gen Y, okay, and they're so rich.
Okay.
I betul dengki, okay.
Tak apa, you jangan dengki dengan I sebab ini group yang lain. Gen Y group lain.
But at the same time, for me, this dengkiness is an inspiration. I want to be like them. Like this work-life balance ni. Kita mana kenal apa itu work-life balance. We only know how to kerja sampai mampus.
Working is balance for us.
Betul.
When you work, it's balance.
Betul lah. Betul. Kalau tak kerja tu tak balance. Something wrong
Tak
with you.
balance. Something wrong with your life.
I used to be those kind of bosses. Bila I see stuff like
55.
5:55 sudah start kemas kan, kita akan like side eye.
Kan?
Ni sudah get ready ke?
Kan?
Yalah. 6 o'clock what? Minutes back up.
And I remember one of my colleague kan sampai sekarang dia pun carut I. Dulu I first day at work, you carut I. Kenapa I cun-cun pukul 6 I
Sharp balik kan.
So that is consider awal lah for Gen X. Ke macam rasa macam tak respect lah. Macam at least say lah.
Bukan tak respect, but for us we are so not used to it.
Okay.
We are so used to.
What about the current gen then?
Correct. So there was one day I decided, okay, let me try to do this work-life balance thing. So
Balance or not?
I cubalah pukul 6, I balik masih ada matahari
Matahari.
lagi.
Yeah.
Balance lah your life. You feel balance or not?
You got used to it lah.
You tak used to it, I got used to it already. I learned from the Gen Z how to balance my work life, and I'm
No, but I
loving
notice
it.
Gen Z nowadays value flexibility more. Is that
I
true?
agree.
Yeah.
Actually, not even Gen Z. I think the whole workforce values flexibility.
No, I don't think so.
Yes,
I think
yes.
Gen, what Gen am I? Gen Y Gen Y. Wow, confidentnya kau Y kan aku ya Gen Z. Carut sangat. Okay, so like us, I think we majoritarily still prefer productivity over flexibility. But Gen Z rata-rata I tanya memang mostly macam flexibility dulu. Flexibility menjanjikan
Cannot.
productivity.
You tak boleh go flexibility dulu sebab flexibility tak bayar gaji you. You flexible. Company tidak ada revenue, tidak ada
But
sales.
maybe that's why diorang banyak jadi ni.
You
influencer.
think what? Flexibility will jatuh money from the sky, is it?
No lah, but that's why they mostly work themselves kan.
But because of the flexibility that I give you, you can be more productive.
Okay.
It's always productivity first.
True.
No lah, but to them, I don't think so. It's about a matter of first, second. I think they're macam sync.
I think it's a
Flexibility equivalent
Criteria
to
lah. I mean,
It's a
if I work from
criteria.
home, I want to be flexible. So you don't monitor me, don't cari
flexible in
but
that
you nak
sense
kerja,
lah.
I siapkan.
not even that, Even now you offer people a job, they will ask, is there work from home arrangement?
Oh.
Because some people even want 100% remote. Because
prefer.
for whatever reason, most of the time is because they have somebody they need to take care at home.
Correct.
Maybe lah.
They are caretaker for somebody.
So you're okay with the current generation. I mean, Aunty
Oi,
HR already
I-
used to work-life balance lah. So like you,
Datin,
Datin, what happened, Datin?
I mean,
You're not used to it.
she used to it lah.
used.
So you
Yeah.
feel balanced or not after work-life balance?
For me, working is balance.
So she's not used to it yet lah, Aunty HR.
No, balance. You tak kerja, it's like something wrong. So
I don't know, that one bukan generation sekarang punya thinking. Generation sekarang
I
punya
also
thinking
like the
is-
flexibility that I have,
Okay.
because at the end of the day, I've been given the empowerment to actually do my work. My boss trusts me,
Nah.
and I just have to complete my work, and that's it. And bring profit to the company.
Itu yang penting.
Yes. Itu
As
yang
long as you bring in,
Yes.
as long as you contribute,
Correct.
then the company wouldn't have anything much to say about you lah. Whether you masuk lambat ke, you pergi break, exit lunch hour
Betul.
ke.
It doesn't
tak kisahlah.
matter.
As long as you
Doesn't
bring
matter.
in.
Yeah.
What you bring to the table matters most than what
Yeah.
happens
Betul.
behind that.
Like me, I well known I pergi lunch 2 jam hari-hari.
But makan apa sampai 2 jam?
Not about
Sebab dia
that.
kalau lunch dengan I.
Oh. So 1 jam makan, 1 jam gosip lah.
Update.
Update, okay.
But you have to see we also put in the extra hours
Correct.
in.
Yeah.
You,
So that's
at
why
last
you don't
balance lah.
Okay, back to what I said lah. Okay, so when we were working from home during COVID time, I had no choice but to work at 3-4. So that's the sacrifice I make. Hopefully the company sees. Some people,
But they
feel like
give you the
company sees.
flexibility, right?
Of course, because as long as my radio goes out,
Correct,
show
but-
on time lah.
But can you imagine if you have a boss? Tak boleh Akila. Kita ask you to...
I okay, tapi you okay tak kalau dengar bunyi budak? Tak. I okay because I cannot control because it's a
But
house.
back then, COVID got no choice. But right now,
True, got a choice, but I can tell back I can ask and negotiate with my boss lah. I don't mind working at the timing that you want me to work, but whatever noises that comes in, can or not? And then Wi-Fi slow.
but that is
Can or
during
not?
COVID time. But you're talking about nowadays, right? Again, like I said, your home environment ready for you to work from home or not. Bukan cakap you nak work from home, you can.
True.
Betul?
But okay,
Jangan
selit satu-satu je
Ah.
before we go to the tweet. So if that's the case, right, like kalau sekarang kena work from home or there is a hybrid like that, is it the company's responsibility to somehow provide or ease the movement at home for your employees?
This is reminded me during the COVID time again. Because a
Just
lot.
say ni throwback je.
I throw back lah because like I
That is
said,
the one.
it's not something new. We have been doing this for 6 years
Yeah,
already.
right.
It's just that government baru nak start, so it's new to them.
No, I think because kita dah kembali normal balik and then go back to that.
Go back to that era. So during that era, I remember when MCO first came, right? And everybody had to pack their laptop to go back to Kerja. I have a number of employee who tell me tak ada Wi-Fi.
Okay, so then how? Does that
That's the
fall into
then they ask, can we claim? So people did ask that. So our company is quite well to do. Our boss is also quite nice, so we subsidized.
Okay, tapi kalau biasa, normal.
But now we don't. We stopped that subsidy already.
Oh.
Because if you cannot afford it, come back to the office lah. The facility is already given to you.
Bukannya terhalang.
On top of that, our boss was so nice. They gave us an ergonomic allowance.
Yes, for chairs.
Oh, yeah,
We give
To
you
set up your work from home.
Yeah,
Yep.
we
Some
give
companies
gave everybody a small sum of money to set up your own work from home space. You can buy a computer. We don't care what you buy lah. We just give you the money to go buy.
Oh, tapi sekarang kan dah memang keluar kan, kena start work from home kan? By the government?
It's a choice. Government said it's a choice. They are recommending.
Okay, so
But
recommend
for government
MCO
now.
tu wajib kan?
MCO is wajib, but now it's optional. So if you ask me now, does the company should subsidize? If you can lah. But if it's compulsory, I don't think you should make it mandatory also. Because company already invested in the infra in the office for you to come to work.
Correct.
You nak datang ke tak datang is your choice.
Yeah. Sewa kena bayar juga.
Yes.
Bila api air lagi. Okay, let's go to tweets and threads. Takut aku ya, risau tanya lebih-lebih. Alright, so somebody said, what happened when people take freelance, do more than one job while work from home? Is it melanggar contract?
Moonlighting. This is what we call moonlighting.
Oh, why moonlighting?
Back in the olden days, when people have a nighttime job,
Okay.
they normally work at night under the moonlight.
Oh,
So that's why they call it moonlighting.
Alright,
And it's a
alright.
legit term in HR. They call it moonlighting, which means you have a secondary job lah.
Okay.
So if company has a policy, normally, company will have a moonlighting policy that says that you are allowed to moonlight as long as you notify the company.
Okay.
But in many companies, the moonlight policy doesn't exist. Even like in my previous company, we don't have a moonlighting policy.
Okay.
As long as there is no conflict with the company business.
Conflict of interest.
There's no conflict of interest. We are okay with it. Because even in the absence of a moonlighting policy, if you would conduct activity that is conflict of interest with the company, they can still take disciplinary action against you and it can lead to termination. Even tidak ada policy. So at the end, it all depends on the company policy. Can moonlight ke tak?
Okay, so conflict of interest inclusive industry tak boleh sama ke?
It depends on the
timing?
company. It depends on the company. But the rule of the thumb is you can never use company's time to do your own work.
So
Company
as long as
bayar-
dia tak kacau.
Ah,
Tapi
as-
dia work from home, mana you nak tahu?
You tak tahu lah. Honestly, you tak tahu. It's
So,
all based
okay
on
lah.
trust. It's all based on
Up
trust.
to you asalkan tak langgar atau tak kantoi or whatever lah in that sense.
For me, it's asal kerja you siap. I tak kisah lah.
Oh,
you buat
pun
apa.
Aunty HR.
Like we have a lot of our employee. They sell nasi lemak.
Okay.
They sell
Bake, cakes.
So part time lah.
part time.
Tapi kerja still siap tak
But
apalah.
normally they will jual to kelikan,
Ah.
which is during working hours kan.
Which is conflict of interest by right.
No, it's not conflict of interest. So you say, technically speaking, they are using company's time to do their own business. But do you want to kira up to that level with this employee?
Tak tahulah. Some people very calculative, right? So
Some
most people
bosses.
tak lah.
Some bosses are not company.
Okay, jangan marah, jangan marah. Okay, last in, first out rule. Is it fair to have this even if you are hired as a top prospect before hiring?
You nak take that one?
No lah.
You tak nak?
I don't want.
Sebab dia
Dia takut.
operation HR kat sini.
Okay, Aunty
She
HR.
represent the bosses.
Bos yang baik lah ni. Dia ramai orang tinggalkan dia. Kesian dia. Dia dekat situ juga orang datang balik kat dia. Kesian dia. Dia bos baik.
Okay, this last in first out. I think it's more popular applied during retrenchment time.
Tapi now crisis economy.
So
I
when
think that's
you
why.
chop someone, who do you chop first? So the principle is, if you have a staff who has working in a company for like 10 years already, which means this is a very experienced staff,
Okay.
and they are very familiar with company system. So compared to somebody who come in for 2 months, who is more valuable to the company? One has been there for 10 years, one has been there 2 months. So logically speaking, the 10 years one has more value. So you will chop the 2 months first.
Okay.
And then you also have to go back to the termination benefits. If you terminate this staff, compare you terminate this staff, who you kena bayar lebih?
That one lah.
Correct.
So rugi lah.
So rugi. So when you are retrenching, the whole idea of retrenchment is to cut costs. Why would you pay more to cut costs?
True.
When this one you don't have to pay.
Yes.
Correct or not? So that
okay.
is why it's a last in first out. But of course, when you do this last in first out thing, you must have criterias. Like what are your skills, your experience, your capability. Then we choose who.
Who? But okay.
In the
generally-
event, 2 person have all the same attributes or more or less the same, then the last in first out will come in. And in the criteria, one thing, the criteria, it cannot be salary.
Oh.
It cannot be because this one so mahal, this is so murah, we chop this one, then we keep this one. Cannot. That one, banyak case law at industrial
banyak.
court will kantoi. It
boss?
cannot.
Okay. Okay. Awak setuju ke? Banyak
Ini
bosses lain, banyak bosses lain bukan dia.
Bos ni
yang
tak
bertindak
pernah.
sebegitu because of
Bos-
the salary.
Bos ni sangat laki. Dia kerja kat company kaya.
But true right? Aunty HR banyak case like this kan? The first
Banyak. Last in, first out. But memang banyak. And then you need to pick your employee to retrench carefully. That is memang
Yeah,
betul.
but that's true when she said about the cost saving part. Kita buat retrenchment is because we want to do cost saving. So that's why we takkan kita nak bayar mahal.
Baik tak bayar macam tu kan? Jangan retrench in the
incur
first
more
place.
And the retrenchment law is, if you have not genap 1 tahun, memang can pay you 0. You have to work minimum 1 year in the company to be qualified to termination benefit on top of
This
your
only
salary
applies to,
demarcation.
full time lah kan? Contract workers? does it
Sama.
Je.
There is two criteria. Number one is the 1 year. Second thing is either you are a manual worker or your salary not more than 4,000 ringgit.
Okay.
Then you qualify for termination benefits. If either one tak meet kan, you will not get it.
Oh, okay. So while crisis sekarang, is it better to stay even company to toxic or job hopping and trust the process? Wow. Siapa yang tanya ni, adik? Ini awak buat solat istikharah.
For
I mean, if you're not happy, then you should just leave.
But it's a crisis now.
Is it?
No,
Oh,
I think it depends on your financial capability.
Okay, so now considering crisis now, tapi toxic environment, so should this person quit or just go for job hopping dan trust the process lah? You dapat, tak dapat.
If you have, honestly, if you're very confident, whatever savings you have, that you can tahan you until you have another income coming in, go ahead.
Okay.
But I have personal friends, after 6 months they quit their job, they cannot get another job, and then they have to piled up on their credit card debts. Isn't that even worse?
True.
Can you imagine your anak sakit nak pergi tengok doktor, you tak ada duit? Isn't that even more stressful?
Betul.
Compare, you kena tahan your ex boss. I nak.
Carut siapa?
Nak carut tu.
I nak pakai perkataan yang
Okay,
tak
okay.
sopan.
Okay, atut. I beepkan. Okay, but tapi dia dah quit 6 months.
But of course, if you come to a stage that you like, because we also have employees like that before, dia gaduh dengan bos kan, they started to self-harm.
Oh.
Macam pintar ke?
Itu dah lain, itu conflict of interest.
And honestly, sometimes it's not only the boss, I feel it's a combination of
Yeah,
everything
the
yeah.
environment
Makes you not
specifically.
happy
that
with it
drive
lah.
you kat rumah tak okay, kat
Ah,
office
ah.
tak okay, semua tak okay kan, then it will just crumble down.
Yeah.
Then you have to pick what to choose.
Yeah, so
And quitting the job is, of course, is an option. If you talk about when it comes to safety of your life and your mental health,
yeah.
of course you choose yourself
Yeah.
lah.
Yeah.
But what is the alternative? Is it not having money more stressful?
true.
You also have to manage it smartly lah.
Okay, kalau no
Kan?
option, kalau dah kena retrench, not that that person choose to leave or anything, tapi dah kena, let's say lah, buang ke terminate.
That is why I always say I must have a plan B all the time. At all times, must have a plan B.
My plan B is, boleh ke Persol tolong carikan. this person should go to Persol lah.
Yes,
Yes.
And they actually
Ah,
have an app
Yeah.
called the Go
Go
app.
apps, yeah. Yeah.
Kau, ha.
You can go to Go
So,
app, and they
yeah.
have a lot of,
Job opening.
especially fixed term contract.
Yes.
Memang
fixed term
banyak.
contract. Yep, correct.
We shall talk more after this. Tapi kita cerita pasal tweet dengan threads dulu. Last one. Ramai new generation resign dulu baru cari kerja baru. How does HR baru nampak pekerja yang macam ni? High risk untuk company or not? And how about someone yang kerap job hopping every year? Is this a red flag for HR?
I mean, I can take this.
Okay.
Dulu-dulu, bila kita tengok orang job hopping ni, we call it like red flag. Oh, you kerja tak lama and all that. But for me now, if considering the situation of Gen Z and Gen Y and all right, when they actually move from one company to another, it's actually good for me.
Okay.
Because they bring skill sets, different experience, different systems and all that.
Okay.
So I see it differently because it comes in a different package.
Okay.
It's not like tak setia and all that. Because now, like Aunty selalu cakap, if you want loyalty, get a dog, right?
Yeah, if you want loyalty, go get a dog.
But it's very, because they're different. Those days, loyalty is about loyalty. My parents
True.
used to work in the same company for 25 years.
Yeah, I'm not saying that loyalty is not important. It is, somewhat like part of it. We want people who are loyal to us. But now, if let's say we're considering people who seeking for a job, so that's not supposed to be a consideration like, oh, because you job hopping. Unless ada macam 1 bulan, 2 bulan, then red flag lah.
Okay, so
But
job
some
hopping tu
people-
dalam masa mana? Like setahun dia kerja sini, dia tukar kerja.
3
6 bulan.
years.
3 years?
Oh.
At
You
least
see the wire like 3.
Yeah, 2-3 years.
No, I'm not worried. I'm already lama already.
Because you cari kerja pun prosesnya bukannya you apply hari ni besok dapat.
Betul.
It will take a while juga. So we will consider like the time you apply, you sebenarnya tak fokus kerja, you masuk kerja ni 6 bulan, you terus tak happy ke?
Oh,
Because there's so many things
Kalau
like,
dia kata dia get better offer?
better offer is different.
Right.
You offer.
Every 6 months you ada better offer ke? I nak tengok you sembayang siapa tadi.
Apa aku tanya benda yang sama? Power je you buat apa-apa malah dia.
Tapi if let's say it's a sought after skill sets and all that, people will hate hunt you.
It's correct. It's
Yeah.
correct.
3 years is the normal.
For me, the
like,
For us as recruiters, if it's below 3 years, we don't really question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's like the norm now,
yeah.
you see.
Yeah.
20 years ago, it was 5-7 years.
Yeah.
But that period is getting shorter and shorter.
okay, what about people who take a long break? And
For
then
me,
start
okay
working
je.
again?
I okay je.
Like,
I okay je. I mean, if let's say the checklist semua meet, dia boleh buat kerja tu,
Yeah.
why not? It's just like return to work, right? For women and all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one thing bosses need to realize, because they took a break for so long, when they reintegrate into the workforce, of course, there is an adjustment period.
yeah.
Dia kena sabar lah sikit.
Kan.
But people are learning so fast.
Yeah.
They adapt so fast.
Yeah.
Maybe that gestation period tak lama
Tak lama pun.
Tapi
Yeah.
when you hire pun ada 3 months.
And it's
Yeah.
so normal people take a break. People just penat. People just want to take a break. So when people take a break, but masalahnya if you take a break for too long,
Yeah.
orang worry je lah.
Yeah.
You balik kerja, you okay ke
But
tak?
it's not a red flag lah. Not to say
It's a
raising red-
concern. It will be a
Concern.
concern.
Okay, so it will be taken into consideration.
Consideration. We have
Tapi sebab kadang-kadang bila orang yang take a break too long ni, dia ingat macam, oh, dulu gaji I 5 figure.
Pasal gaji.
I dah take a break 5 tahun, I nak 5 figure. Tapi we have to assess back you punya skill sets and all
is
that.
it
Whether
masih
you can
relevant ke tak?
Masih relevant ke tak. Mungkin you kena karat-karat, you kena brush up sikit kan. So you tak boleh expect like it comes back like how you left.
Okay.
And then things change so fast.
So fast. Right.
are you up to date with the current technology?
Correct.
Or not?
Correct.
Oh.
And then whether or not you can actually work with the newer generation. Because masa you belah, you punya generation different. Sekarang you kena dengan Gen Z and all that. So boleh tak makcik-makcik masuk, an example. So you have to consider all that as well.
Alright, so those are the pointers. I hope we answer you punya tweets or threads. Later when we come back, I guess last few words from them before kita tutup Buka Cerita episod kedua hari ini. Sekarang, take a break dulu. We'll be right back. Stay tuned di Rakita 107.9. Alright guys, kita kembali untuk melepaskan pergi dalam episod kedua Buka Cerita presented by Rakan Muda bersama dengan Akilah Azali dan of course Aunty HR and Datin Haida. So before you guys leave us, leave me lah. Okay, kata-kata untuk orang-orang di luar sana as Aunty HR and as Datin Haida. Who wants to go first? A reminder lah, reminder to all lah.
I go first lah. My message is always the same. We want a harmonious workforce. Kita nak pergi cari makan je.
Yes.
We come to work, we want career progression. Everybody is after something.
Betul.
Okay, so we want to work harmoniously. So we tolerate each other. Meet in the middle. We cannot always meet everything that employee wants. Employee also cannot meet everything that employer wants.
Right.
Okay, so we meet in the middle. Just meet in the middle. Jangan lebih-lebih. Both side jangan lebih-lebih. Like this work from flexible working arrangement thing. If the company give you the flexibility, don't abuse it.
Yes. So make the best out of it.
Yes,
Manage
make the best
properly.
out of it. Okay, and you, if your company is capable of giving you flexible working arrangement for bosses, and if employees are, sometimes I have employees come and write to me, like contohnya kan, they touch wood kena accident, then they sakit belakang, but they still can work, but they request to work from home. Then boss cakap tak boleh.
Alright.
While it's actually can.
Yeah.
So why? Sebab bos tak suka dia. You get what I mean or not? So we just want to stay objective and meet in the middle, be more harmonious.
Lah, Aunty HR.
I know it
Oh
happens.
God, Malaysia very famous ni dengki-dengki tak suka tak suka.
I
You
know.
also dengki what? Gen Y kaya.
Bukan Malaysia
But
je,
dengki
mana-mana
in a
tu.
very good way lah. But Aunty HR dengki in a very positive way. Envy. Some people got jealous, got dengki lah, inilah, itulah.
But this is my message ultimately lah. The laws are created to protect employee. And I will agree, in Malaysia, it's easier to hire than fire.
Betul?
Okay.
It's memang easier to hire than fire comparing to our neighbouring countries.
Oh, is it?
We don't want to say who lah.
Dekat-dekat sangat.
Okay.
So for me, you cannot beat them, you join them. You yes, be fair to the employee, you be fair to the employer. But always be fair to the employee first. People are the heart of the organisation. You take care of them well, you will never go wrong.
Yeah, true.
Right?
100% setuju. Okay, Datin Haida, selaku director.
Okay,
mungkin you have a different perception.
Kan, tak kisahlah you nak kerja kat
baik.
mana-mana pun. Tak kisah you nak kerja mana-mana pun. At the end of the day, kalau you kerja, boss you kena trust you.
Okay.
Trust
How to
is
earn boss
important.
punya trust?
Yeah, you make sure you complete your task, ahead of time probably.
Okay.
Or, you jangan mengulah banyak sangat. Unless bosses pun manusia.
Yeah,
So, kita pun tak nak rasa macam stress. Kenapa kita nak stress
Unnecessary
tengok
one.
macam, you hijau ke? Oh, you orange. Macam tu. You away. Kenapa? So, skip that thing. So, you just have to make sure that you do what you have to do. And then untuk employee pula, just be disciplined lah. At the end of the day, bila you masuk, you also being paid to actually do the job. So, make sure you discipline, you complete your task, everybody is happy.
Now I see why lah. People leave and come back to you again and again and again.
Yeah, it's
And
all about
trust
that.
is
And
earned.
Trust is
It's
earned, betul. Respect
correct.
also is earned.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, know your employees and employer better so that you guys can create a harmonious working environment. Hopefully, episod hari ini dapat membantu, especially orang yang mungkin tengah mencari-cari stepping korang dalam dunia pekerjaan ini. If anything at all, korang ada soalan, boleh je direct pergi kat TikTok Aunty HR, tanya situ direct every time when you do
Yes.
live kan. Tapi kau standby kena carut, okay? Apa-apa pun, have a great day ahead. Kita jumpa di episod seterusnya. Rakan Muda Presents Buka Cerita. Assalamualaikum. Bye-bye.